welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about my first year experience at George Mason University. Let's see. So I moved in the 23rd of August, I believe. And I was super duper excited. I was like on cloud 9 because I come from a very, very small town. And I was just ready to just like explore something new and meet a bunch of new people. So when we got there, it was super crowded, and I didn't find this out until after the fact, but my mom, she was not in the best mood that day, and I thought it was because I was leaving, but apparently she was like really sick, but she didn't want to tell me. So even though she kind of had her mood, I was, ecstatic. My roommate came in after me, so I got to move in first, and I got to pick my side of the room first. It was super exciting. And then let's see. So freshmen have to go to this thing called the Preamble. It's like I guess like a second orientation kind of, and you just sit there, listen to the president speak, and talk about first year stuff. They really occupy your time when you first get there. Like, it's not, you can kind of just do your own thing, but they kind of expect you to follow this like schedule, so you really don't get to have like time to yourself until like the day before classes start, because they have all this stuff planned for freshmen. So yeah, and then let's see, and then classes started. It wasn't as bad as I thought. The only bad thing about my classes first semester was my 9 a.m., which is crazy because in high school you get so used to waking up at like 5-6 in the morning and have school start at like 7:30. But now it's like I can't even, like, I can't, like, I would get up, like, I made sure to get to all my classes on time. Like, I never skipped like, my entire freshman year I didn't skip a single class. But that 9 a.m. killed me. Like, I could not focus. But overall it was good. I like that you can pick your classes and stuff, because I know some colleges, if you're a freshman, they want to pick your classes for you, which I don't like that at all. So my classes were pretty flexible. I got done with all my classes by 4:15, which was the case for both semesters. First semester was, I met a lot of cool people, and I got to be in a lot of clubs. I was officially a part of 3 clubs, meaning I actually paid my member dues for 3 clubs, which were My Natural, which is a natural hair club on campus. I joined that one because I'm actually currently going natural, so I wanted to get those tips and tricks from that club. They talk about stuff like DIY hair masks and your porosity and stuff like that. So yeah, and then another club that I joined was the National Society of Black Engineers. And, it's basically a club it's mostly for engineers, but it's also just for any like technology, STEM major that's black. So I joined that one, and then I joined Women of Color in STEM, which same thing except it's for women of color, but it's a STEM major based group. And at the time, my major still is computer game design, and even though computer game design, like, it obviously has coding and stuff in it, it's still considered an art major, so I didn't know if I could really join those clubs, but they let me join. So I would definitely recommend for any incoming freshmen to make sure you check out some of the clubs. I think in September, like in the beginning of September, they have this day where all the organizations on campus. They come together in like the little like fronts, like I don't know what you. It's like it's by the JC. It's like the front. But anyway, yeah. So you'll see them on the way to class and stuff. They're all out there for you to go to each table, talk to them, figure out what each club is offering. And then there's this other thing like that called the Source, I believe, and that was just for black organizations on campus, whether that was fraternities, sororities, or just like the ones I mentioned, the National Society of Black Engineers, also called NSBE, and Women of Color in STEM. Like clubs like that would be at the Source, where all the black, organizations would be at. So yeah, there were a lot of events on campus during like August, September, and a little bit of October, for Halloween and stuff like that. But then after that, a lot of things like died down. So you really have to like ask around and pay attention to see like what events are going on, because they aren't advertised as much. I didn't really get homesick because I was ready to go home. Like I've been, cooped up in this house for a long time, so I was just ready to go. So yeah, and then spring semester, second semester was actually harder because I was debating if I wanted to go into IT instead of game design. So I started taking IT classes, and those were just awful. Like, I mean, I didn't fail. Like, I got a B in both, but it was just a lot. And then, yeah, and I was like, I felt like this whole first year I was cramped up with like homework, so I would kind of stay in the room a lot, which I don't recommend you do. Yeah, I mean, overall my first year was like better than like any other year I've ever had in school. But I don't know if it was because I had like high well, this is another thing too about George Mason, if y'all don't know, but George Mason is a huge like commuter school, so a lot of people don't really stay on campus like that. Like a lot of people commute, they live off campus, they don't really go to like the on-campus events and stuff like that. So you really have to put yourself out there if you want an active social life, because George Mason just isn't that type of social party school like James Madison or Radford or like those other colleges. I'm trying to think what else. So yeah, classes weren't that bad. I mean, I maintained a high GPA. I made the dean's list first semester. Let me see. I did make sure to go to a couple basketball games, just to get that experience. I never was really into basketball like that, but I don't know what it is about sports games, but they just make me like super hype. Yeah, and I went with my friend who lives on the hall from me. She invited me to a basketball game one day, and I just kept going with her, and it was fun. I really like it. It was like a really cool experience. 'Cause I didn't really go to sports games when I was in high school either. I mean, I went to my homecoming obviously, but I didn't really go to sports games and stuff like that. And then as far as like dorm life, for me, I lived in Commonwealth, which is a suite style dorm. For freshmen, it's obviously a little bit more expensive than living in a traditional dorm. Of course, the benefit of that is that you get to have your own bathroom instead of sharing a bathroom with the entire floor, which I did like. And Commonwealth was cool. I mean, I don't know, the elevator kept breaking, which I did not like that. I did not take the elevator at all. Not even like I took it the week that I had to move out. It's like a couple weeks ago. I took the elevator. but like the whole like school year I didn't take that because I don't like elevators. I never have, never will. I don't trust them. Like, no. So yeah, overall my freshman year was pretty good. If there was one thing I could change, it probably would be that I put myself out there more, even though I felt like I had put myself out there more. Because I didn't really make a lot of friends like I wanted to. There were a lot of times where I had to do things by myself and go places by myself, which I hated because I'm like, there's literally 30,000 people on this campus and I'm eating by myself. Like, it was annoying, but hopefully next year, that won't be the case, and I'll make a lot of new friends that I can like actually hang out with. So but yeah, that was my freshman experience. If you guys have any more questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video.